Hi everyone, I'm Lewis and I enjoy writing. This is going to be a bit shorter. I'm not going to go through the whole thing and record the whole time that I'm going to edit this the same way I did the last two videos. I'm just going to go through a couple of things that I'm going to do and a couple of tricks that I use when I'm editing to show you my process, I guess, on a couple of things here. Now, one of the things that I did do last time is that I went through and it was basic content editing. I had rewrote part of the story itself, kind of a rewrite on it. I've added a lot of information. I changed some things. Now, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to be reading this story, and when I see certain sentences, if I can sum it up better, paint a better picture with less, I will do that. The other thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be looking for certain words. Now, in the descriptors of this story, you could actually paint emotions. And through how I describe trees, for example, how I describe the, the world itself, like right here, turns inward, violent, ang- more violent, angry towards mankind. It kind of gives you a Mad Max sort of feel. This whole paragraph a bit gives you a Mad Max sort of feel, the way it's actually worded and phrased here. Uh, like it's an apocalyptic future that's gone insane. So you get that desperation coming through this, and that's part of what I'm going to lean into with some of these words and descriptions. And I'm also going to lean into some things that are not quite as desperation. I'm going to lean into the hope and friendship that Brickton has with Kidriff. I'm going to lean into those two right there and try to amplify that as well. So you get a feeling of, and my hope is when I'm done, that there'll be a feeling in the story that these two guys' friendships are set, their friendship between these two guys are essentially one of the only things keeping them sane in an insane world. And that's kind of the direction I'm going from. And we get all of that from the word station. That was the prompt word last week. So you never really can tell where a story's going to come from and where it's going to go, can you? Anyways, I'm going to get started on all this. And oh, yeah, one more thing. When I'm actually going through and I'm actually writing, or pardon me, when I'm going to be editing these words and these sentences, I'm going to be shifting subjects around sometimes in the sentence. But I'm actually also, an old trick you can do for commas is look at the story backwards. Because as you go through the story backwards, if a comma is out of place, it'll jump out at you. And so I'll go through a paragraph at a time and skim those real quick for that, for example. So just a quick tip for something like that as well. Okay, just a couple of more things here. If you remember the opening line on this, at first, the opening line was something completely different. It's actually way down here. Let me see here. It got buried. I can't find what the opening line was. I'll stick a thing in there. A clip in there from the previous video. Then the opening line was something different here. I'll stick that clip in as well. Now the opening line is this, which is a bit better of an opening line, but I'm probably going to do some more intro paragraph as far as this week's warm up exercise. And I do apologize for these taking a little longer. I'm actually still feeling how these out are going to go. So that's why this is actually going a little bit differently. This is brand new territory for me, completely brand new. And I've been going this paragraph by paragraph, scanning through, looking for things to change, as I mentioned earlier. But I just wanted to point out one thing. One of the things I enjoy doing when I write, I give you a paragraph here. We got an idea of who Brickton is. We got an idea of what he's driving, a little bit of idea of the world, and then we got this right here, this paragraph here, which is I set it to set the tone, really. So you got a paragraph that probably I'll end up deleting later. But right now, it's here to give you a tone of and an emotion to attach to the rest of this story. So you can see how just far gone everything is in this world that Brickton lives in. So that's one of the things I enjoy doing when I write stuff like this. It just sets the tone, gives you an emotion to attach to the story itself. That's the idea, anyways. But that's a couple of editing tips from me. I'm going to continue wrapping this up and then I'm going to start working on my novels. Speaking of novels, Dreamers of the Sea is still available right now if you want to go and purchase that. I'll demonstrate that real quick. So, as I was saying, this is my first novel, and if you don't want to buy one with a fox and a mouse on the cover, you can always get the hardcover right here, which has no fox and has no mouse. So I know some people that like cartoon characters and they kind of turns them off. So yeah, something without a cartoon character if you want to go that route. But anyways, thank you for hanging out. And if you enjoyed me doing this type of stuff here, then please like, share, subscribe. That's the best way to help me out. And if you want to buy a book, I hope you buy the book to read it and enjoy it. Thank thank y'all so much, and I'll see you in the next one.